Well, hello there. Hi, how are you guys? It's another episode of Shackled City. I'm going to give the players an opportunity, because typically how this begins is Austin is telling some rather inappropriate story. But I'm going to click back in and we'll see if that's still the, thing. About to find out.
Hello?
Oh, no, it's not. It's, it feels good. Feels good. Hi guys, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm not bad, but I'm not great either. I'm kind of frustrated with the game right now, and it's...
You're bright.
What's that?
You're bright.
Yeah, I'm bad great? I'm bright. Yep,
grad.
That's me.
You're grad.
I'm grad.
You're grad, bub. Congrats.
No.
Congrats.
God, congrats.
So many dad jokes, so little time.
You better get to cracking now. Oh.
So, what game are we talking about? I mean, which one's frustrating you?
Shackled City.
No, that's not it.
Isn't that always the answer?
Shadowrun, actually. I'm really enjoying it, but there are times when I'll get hung up on something that I shouldn't be getting hung up on. People are like, "Oh, this is the easiest thing in the game. You'll have no troubles with this," and I will just get hung up on it. I don't know why, I just do. But then I'll find like forums and threads where people will talk about one of the hardest challenges in the game that I just get through on my first attempt. Like, check, done. I didn't even struggle with that. Why was that hard? So
I'm pretty sure that the internet is lying to you.
Well, I mean, that's
It's all a conspiracy.
almost a constant that the internet is lying to me. Particularly,
This is going to be the easiest thing ever.
particularly WebMD, they're constantly lying to me. At this point, if there was any accuracies to what they'd said, I should be dead. That's just it. I would be dead. So tonight we're swinging back into Shackled City, episode 139.
Yay! Almost to another round number.
You were getting there, right? Like it's taken some time, like 10 weeks or so. But
yeah, I'm still waiting episode by episode for you to just go ahead and throw up your hand and say, "Rock falls, everyone dies, roll new characters." Sick of your shit, sniper.
Well, you would all be so lucky. The Red Herb cult is real. Yeah, you're not wrong. How have you guys been, man? I haven't talked to most of you for like a week.
Pretty good. Just chilling.
Not bad. Went ahead and celebrated my mom's birthday tonight.
Congrats, Mom.
Yep, she's managed to make it 57 years with me. Only like 23, only like 34 with me in the picture.
I'd be really concerned if you were in the picture the entire time.
How's your area doing, man?
As far as my area after Florence, it was mostly wind and rain. It went ahead and hit Cat 1 when it made landfall and then turned into a tropical storm. Most of the people down here that are having issues are those people who decided, hey, we're not going to leave, the designated danger zone. Yes, we know that we've been told there's going to be flooding and everything. Oh, we're going to tough it out. We got generators.
I feel you.
I like.
So you
and
mean
simultaneously
half
dislike how you
state.
said that. We got generators.
We're going to tough it out.
Sound.
There were people on my Facebook when that last hurricane that hit us, the Category 4. People were like, "Why are you guys evacuating? Like, come on, it's just a storm." I'm like, yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad. Those people who left the danger zones and just took simple precautions, it wasn't terrible. Though I tell you what, man, you couldn't find a bag of bread or a bottle of water.
Nope, or gas.
Anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine your gas prices spiked. That's always fun.
I have no idea. I mean, I gassed up before the storm just out of habit. Like 2 or 3 days before it was like, oh yeah, Florence is going to be a thing. Thank God I got a truck.
That's very good. Because fucking getting gas when there's a hurricane sucks.
Oh, I got friends who still don't have gas. their area is completely barren.
Yeah,
But of course, they're in those designated removal zones.
yeah, the place where people took extra gas for their generators.
You know, those places where people were told, get out, we're not going to be sending, you know, rescuers or anything until after the storm is over and everything's safe. No, we're good.
God damn it.
I got bread, I got water, and
That's honestly what I've done through.
That's all you need,
every
man.
So I
got
can't
Wonder
laugh at
Bread
them.
and Skippy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
that is
awesome.
I mean, you fill your bathtub, you have water for a few days.
Yeah, let me know when you actually have to use that water and how much you enjoy doing that for a few days, because it's not fun.
It's not that bad. You clean your tub beforehand, and then you fill it up the day of the storm, and then you just keep that water. Or you use your toilet tank water.
Now, you see, what I usually do is, like, I collect up my water bottles, fill them up, and just pop them in the fridge, and then I fill up the tub for, like, those non-imbibing needs.
Yep, that is non-potable water.
Just drink your toilet water, right? There we go. Well, yeah, I don't have to worry about that. Y'all living on the coast, live
Yeah, you
dangerously.
only have to worry about tornadoes. Which, as I mentioned last week, far worse, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Hurricanes are also tornado factories.
Yeah, but we don't get...
They're
Like,
they're literally giant tornado factories.
Hey, the important
what
part
they
is
do.
I survived Florence just
But, like-
fine. Let's move on.
If you have a hurricane, you should expect a tornado. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't had... Yeah, whatever.
I think it's if you live by the water, you should expect hurricanes.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Particularly if you live off the coast, but
I
there
mean,
isn't
I
really much you
technically
can.
live in the flood zone.
There isn't really much you can do. Like when you live in an area called Tornado Alley. Let's think of all the places in the world that actually have alley in their title. The bowling alley. There's a lot of lanes there. What do they call the area in racing?
Bible Bowl.
It's like they call that an alley, right? Like the pit alley, right? Like lots of race cars there when you're talking about
You
that.
were talking to the least educated people on NASCAR, I think.
Don't have a clue.
Come on, Sniper, hit us with your southern
I don't
knowledge.
even think Sniper's that redneck.
There's
All
you
I know
got
about
all kinds of
NASCAR-
alleys.
All I know about NASCAR is we get our sister mother out there, put her in a rocker, and we just watch a bunch of hillbillies and rednecks make left turns.
Yeah,
What's coming up next? A left turn!
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
Diagon Alley.
The Ring of Fire is a thing. Yeah, no, it's great. Tornado Alley is wild. We get regular warnings. It's scary too, man.
Yeah, but
It's
that's like a day's worth of warning. Not even like a few hours, right?
What gets
Not
me-
even.
not even.
What gets
Like
me
that's
is
that's
That's
the part
like
that's terrifying to
10,
me.
20 minutes tops.
You can't like with a hurricane. You're told like a week in advance. You can put up your
No way,
shutters.
dude.
you can
No way.
Go get water. Go get like you can prepare. Tornadoes are just like boom, motherfucker.
We have a
I'm here to
season.
fuck your shit up.
We have a season, and in the beginning of that season, which is a few months at a
You
time,
too.
the local news is like, well, we're entering tornado season, which you know what that means. You'll have 3
Your
minutes.
house-
You'll have 3 minutes to prepare if something happens, and we'll ring the sirens, and that's when you bend over and kiss your ass goodbye.
I just love how up there everyone's really complacent about it. It's like, oh, tornado
That's
season?
terrifying.
Okay. And when the tornado goes off, it's not like people run to storm shelters or anything.
They're just
They
like,
just
oh,
kinda
another
crack,
tornado.
They crack open a Bud Light, sit out on the back porch, and go, there goes the neighbors.
And see, that's how I feel about hurricanes. I have that feeling, but like you get the time to prepare.
It's
I told them not
tornadoes-
to buy that new trailer.
Tornadoes don't last multiple days. You're right, but the damage, man, the damage is it's
I
unthinkable.
like my house being on the ground personally.
It can be really
Most
scary.
people do.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's a new age thing, but like
I don't know, man. Tree houses are kind of dope.
I don't know.
Ever
Since that hipster Dorothy went ahead and flew off in a tornado and got some really prime real estate, everybody's been gone.
See, she actually went to jail for that. She crashed her house on a woman. It was homicide, believe it or not.
yeah.
Whether the woman was evil or not, it's not the debate to be having.
It was
Yeah,
Still
that's right.
illegal to kill somebody.
Persecuted by that woman's sister until that sister just went ahead and melted into the landscape.
Not only did she kill a woman, she then killed the woman's
Her
sister
sister.
for complaining about
In
killing her sister.
cold blood.
Yeah.
It was intense.
Cold water, actually, but you know,
So,
we're like our humor started up here, and we've just been going.
It's just going downhill, yeah. Progressively. Speaking of which, how on earth did the sisters even survive as long as they did being allergic to water? Man, you just things like, you know what? Fuck you! And they're like, oh! Oh, God!
you know, they say that she was green because of thistle poison. I think we all know the real reason.
They were the original gamers. I mean, come on. They were allergic to water.
God damn
Their
it.
skin was tinted Mountain Dew green. I mean, come on.
All they drink was Baja Blast. That's it.
They got them Cheeto fingers, man.
And the only thing that they did is they went ahead and talked in memes.
But how did they wash their clothes?
Them robes were smelling, man.
No, man, they
I
just...
don't know what to tell you.
They were witches, brother. They wished the dirt away. Or maybe
They were-
they're fucking
Everybody
Chinchillas.
pop this shit away.
They were chinchillas. They were like, you know what? Fuck this. Kicking up dirt and shit all over their bodies. Like, give me the dirt. Bring the dirt. Bring the dirt. Just fucking kicking up all over themselves.
Monkeys.
No, you didn't see it in the theatrical cut, but if you watch the director's cut of the movie, you actually see when Dorothy takes the slippers off the Wicked Witch's feet, she's like, you got this real stank face on? Like, ooh,
Just a
That's
real,
right.
real case of athletes.
that's right.
Yeah.
The
that's-
minute they hit open air and just started rolling up like that.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. They fucking shriveled when exposed to air.
That's right. Good God. I'm glad we can at
Okay.
least make ourselves laugh.
Everyone else is just staring
You know,
at
everybody in chat right now is going to be like, I thought we came to watch people.
Yeah, no
do
shit.
things,
I-
not
there-
be retards on the internet.
There are at least 15 people out there that are just like shaking their head at their monitor right now. Like, why do I continue
15 is
listening
lowballing.
to this jackass?
Everybody's
disappointed.
shaking their head except for Christy, who's just rolling right now.
She's just hitting fucking the clip button over and over again.
He
Oh
does.
my god, that's so funny!
Yeah, this is all part of, this is actually an in-character conversation.
It's not the voice I would have given her, but you know, sure, do your own
This
thing.
has all been in character. Bub's voice is actually just Nap the Tauren. We're just all, we took a fireside
Joke's
chat
on you,
moment.
Christy is AFK. It's true. She
Wait,
is.
wait. Bub's voice is Nap the Torrent, so does that mean Bub sounds like my daddy?
Ugh.
No, I don't. You fucking stop it right now.
You should take about 10 or 15% off
You
there.
know what? There's a tornado coming through. I'm gonna hit you with a house. This keeps up.
Okay, Papa.
You are asking for it. Go to your room. If you do not
Volunteer to
hit
be
you
the
with it.
tornado. I can do
Are-
that,
are
you know.
Now
you
you're gonna
gonna-
throw things into us.
Are you
Will
gonna
be
go
my
ahead?
weapon.
Are you gonna get the belt, Daddy?
Will you stop it? What is wrong with you? I like how I ask him to stop, and his shirt literally says "I can't." His shirt says "I can't." So, Sniper, I hate you. Oh,
It's
God
okay.
damn it.
I love you enough for the both of us, Papa.
All right, he's going on mute indefinitely. Just gonna turn down his volume 100%. Yeah, that's right. You're at 0 now.
It's okay, I actually muted him in this.
This start of this game is gonna
Oh.
be really awkward.
Where were you when Sniper was growing up? Younger than him. That's where I was. I wasn't even born. He just admitted to being 57, the fucking old ass. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Fuck, my eyes are already fucking watering.
Well, at least you haven't vomited yet, so that's
yeah,
that's
it's
good.
being the key word. I'm fucking short tracking my ass there.
Can someone else give me a ride to Bumfest? Oh, that's too good. I turned his volume back up because, well, you muted him, so that's good.
Yeah, it's kind of useless to have both.
Yeah. So let's I want to find out our Captain of Silence over here. What's going on, buddy? You surely you've got more to say
Silent
than
regret and
nothing.
hate.
Nothing. Just waiting.
Don't stop. Just stop waiting and enjoy the camaraderie, because once this thing hits, I'm pretty much relying on you to set the tone. That's Nort.
I mean, Ronald, frightening as it is, you are our voice of reason. You
I
are.
remembered what you said last week. All of us talk at this point where Ronald is just dead quiet, and then it's the other way around. And the entire game, Ronald talks and we're all fucking quiet.
Yep. I just watched the clip of the way to get Sniper to pay attention to game.
Yep. Just preface everything with penis.
And boner, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See his
that's...
eyebrows perk up. when he said
Yeah. He was like, someone's talking
See
about
his
me, but
mustache curl a little more.
I'm not sure in what context. Oh, boner. Yeah, that my attention has been had. You have it. Undivided, yours.
First, you had my interest. Now, you have my attention.
Oh. I'm not sure if I want it.
Oh, we know you want it.
So, Ronald, you're weak, man. Talk to me. Let's play catch up. I haven't had a chance to play Divinity with you in forever.
I mean, nothing really crazy. Just a lot of hours, I guess, at work. That was probably about it. Nothing too hectic.
Yeah.
I think yesterday we had a lady try to return a laptop, and there was bricks in the box. That was a thing. Yeah.
Wow.
She just didn't.
So they decided to go ahead and pull that whole.
So we knew that she was lying, because right as we opened the box, like, it was turned away from her. So like when you lift up the case, she wouldn't be able to see what's inside. And she said, she's like, "Oh, I think my boyfriend was playing a prank on me," and I was just like looking at her. I was like, "Well, there's just bricks in here, so you can take that back."
Yeah, your boyfriend played a hell of a prank on you.
Yeah,
One
and
where you get no
Really
money.
funny joke, dude.
it was like that awkward pause, and the guy just like behind her goes, "Did you really just try to steal like money from them?" And like the look on her face was like, not that we were gonna say anything, but the fact that someone
customer
like, else
behind
was
her
saying,
is
yeah,
like,
the
dude.
customer was saying it, was just like, I think was even worse, because like me, I was just like, whatever, like she didn't get the money, so we're good, everything's fine. But then like
Taking
every
breaks.
every
Just like-
customer like behind her was like, "You should be ashamed of yourself," and they're like, I think some lady
Damn.
told her, "People like you don't deserve the lives you live." I was like,
I wish you could have just like taken the brick back and be like, you know what? You lose this now. This is ours.
Yeah.
This is ours
brick
now.
belongs to Best
We're gonna
Buy.
start.
Best
We're gonna
Buy
start our
brick.
next store with these. Okay.
This brick right here. This is gonna be the
We
first.
realize that our store is on the way out because Best Buys are just that's happening. So we're gonna downsize to roughly a Radio Shack, and then in 10 years that'll be
Yeah.
gone too.
we're gonna lay the foundations off of her sins, brick by brick. But yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could have that one, like that public service, that public servant who would be at every customer service position
Just to be like, what
to
are
say
you
the things
doing?
that we can't as
Yeah.
employees?
I mean,
Just a volunteer
Like
that
somebody
stands there and
starts showing
shames
their
people all
ass.
day.
You know, somebody starts showing their ass at the counter, and this stranger just kind of like sweeps right up out of nowhere, leans in and goes, "You're being retarded." Yeah.
that she who's without sin cast the first brick.
I don't know why.
I mean,
but I'm
I think,
imagining-
I mean,
I'm
no one in
imagining
that store
Walmart
would be able to
branded
throw
Batman.
anything. It's just everyone is a little heathen some way.
Customer service
But,
truth speaker. Yeah, no joke.
I
That'd be
mean,
nice.
like, when it comes to like talking to people like directly, I mean, I talk to people like more or less like I talk to you guys when I'm here, like when I'm at the store. But like I obviously have to like keep it like PG. Just like when people come in asking for like Overwatch and shit like that,
You can't
I'm just
tell them
like,
it's a garbage game.
I'm like, no, I mean I tell them the game's fine, but I'm like, if you're a Hanzo main, I don't want you coming in my department.
Go
And
buy
they're
another
like
copy
their
from
friends will
someone
just,
else.
yeah, like someone came in before and he's like, yeah, I like playing Bastion and Cauldron. I was like, you don't like playing Overwatch then? Because you ain't buying it here. And he's like, so what are you talking about, man? I was like, you ain't gonna play this game with those crap
That
names.
attitude.
I was like, get out of here. He's like, can I really not buy it? I was like, do you see me at the register bringing this up? No. I was like, get out of here. He's like, man, he's like, you're like the third person that's told me that. Everyone tells me Bastion and Torb or like new characters. I was like, I mean, I was like, as long as you're not a Hanzo main, I'm okay with you. Just pick anyone else. I was like, get a third person. He's like, well, I enjoyed Reaper. I was like, you just making it worse, bro. I was like, you just don't want to play, do you? And I just like grabbed the game from like, look at that game. I can't look at you right now.
You can buy this game, but you have to promise me you're gonna actually play it.
Oh,
But yeah,
I just hope
like,
I don't have another one where I have to explain that my company doesn't dictate taxes.
I troll my customers a little bit, but I don't go out like my way and go like, you're a fucking scrub, I hate you. Like, I don't do anything like that.
I'm surprised
No.
that people still go to stores to buy hard copies of games that aren't collector's editions.
They,
Most
we had a
people
lot
do
of
just
targets.
because a lot of people now are kind of aware of like how things like Steam and stuff like that operate, where you're not technically purchasing the game, you're purchasing the license for the game.
But
So
if you want the copy of the game in your
Yeah.
hand,
so a lot of people are buying it for that. On top of that, some people just prefer a physical game just to say like, look at my collection. So.
I still think my favorite question that I got asked, and it was the most common question, is, "Hey, do you work here?" Like while you're wearing your full outfit and like doing.
I don't get that
something.
often.
I got it all the time.
No,
it's
no.
just
Next
funny
time
because-
somebody asks if you work here, just be like, "No, I'm just a real big fan."
Yeah,
Like-
that's how I felt. Like I was like, no, I showed up here. I came for groceries, but hey, this looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm with Splodes on this. If it's like a console game, I'll pick it up. Or maybe if it's something that legitimately has like a collector's edition that I want to support, then I'll pick it up. But I don't know. Like a lot of the games that I want to buy hard copies of, they don't make hard copies of. At least
If
that
I
I'm
buy a
aware
game
of.
for a
Yeah,
console-
I mean, in most cases, I mean, like I have a lot of PC gamers that come into the store and they're like, "Oh, I wanted to buy the Witcher." I was like, go on Steam, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
usually
you-
the thing for me is if
we-
I'm gonna get it,
I don't
for
have a
my
physical
PC
copy here to give you. I was like, if I did, I would.
Well, if it's a
I think,
PC
like-
game, you have plenty of options to get it. But if you want to get it from like, let's say your Xbox or your PlayStation, you can either
So-
wait to download it for like however long it is, depending on your internet, or you can just go to the store and buy a copy.
So
the thing
it's
about
just-
that is that you're going to end up buying a copy from the store and then still having a 50 gig either patch or
yeah, you have
install.
to fully download the game regardless.
Mhm.
So like the whole thing where someone was like, "Oh, I buy games because it's faster to download." I'm like, it's not true at all. Like you literally have to download the entire game on.
I
Your
personally
disc,
just
it's not
prefer
like-
having a physical copy for my physical consoles.
It's not like back in the day where it only held the save file.
Mhm.
And that was it. Now it's literally to reduce load times, and I think because of rendering and shit like that, they have to have the whole game on the console for a faster read. But that's about it. But I mean, Xbox was doing that way before. Was doing that during the 360. You could have the option to download the game from the disc itself. You would still have to have the disc inside to play, but
Mhm.
you can download.
Yeah,
it
it
from
used to do that for Halo.
yeah. But yeah. Other than that, nothing really exciting for my week.
I feel that. All right. Well, I think we've caught up. It's good.
Cool.
I like it. Feels good. So let's go ahead and recap of the events that happened last time. I know that some characters were widely underutilized last session. Some players had to actually just sit there.
Yeah, that session was very focused on Jakob last week. He had a very long, elaborate monologuing session with an
Just stop it.
Where-
Just stop. You're stupid. Stop it. just fucking shut up.
All right. So
I don't have the energy for you right now.
during last session, the group decided to split off. Most of it was Klaus, Cort, and Thelsa who decided to go to the bathhouse because Klaus decided that, given all the trouble that we had been causing Griffin, that it would probably be better for us to have a place for ourselves to not, so that way he would no longer have to bear the burden of our group, of our nameless group, because I don't think we came up with an official name for our new team yet.
New.
Still rocking that flurry.
So as they get there, they Thelsa and Cort, who arrive first, end up meeting with the fire giant. I forgot his name.
Come on, man. You got this,
Hugo
bro.
Boss.
Dugobras.
There we go.
Google bro.
Dugobras, who was essentially hired on by Jared Skellerang
Yep.
to stay at the bathhouse. They met him while he was asleep for the most part, and they realized that he had come down with a sickness, and realized that the puncture wounds on his neck, and given the trouble of vampires that have been in the city, they assumed that he had most likely been bitten by one of those vampires. As a result, Klaus, Thelsa, and Klaus, Thelsa, and Cort
There you go.
had decided to go to, what the fuck's this place called? I don't know why. I don't remember the brothel. If you guys can help me out on that one.
Shining Tome.
The Shining Tome.
And it's not specifically a brothel. It is an enchantment store.
It's a brothel.
That at night is quite a
It's a
party
brothel.
house.
It's a brothel.
It's like the party.
Keep going.
All right. So as they get there, they end up discovering that one of the ways to suppress the vampire curse or disease, whatever we're going to call it, was to remove the canines of the person that had been afflicted.
Yes.
They were told that because the fangs themselves essentially act as a specialized gateway or some kind of transference device for the blood to the would-be vampire, getting rid of them would close that off. But of course, obviously, the person would lose their teeth, and they would always be in the sickened state, in that weird in-between transitioning, but becoming a vampire and not becoming one. Learning that information, they ended up going back to the bathhouse and informing Dugobras of what he had to do. The task was a lot easier to pass off because Dugobras, as a fire giant, being extremely stoic in nature, as well as I guess he wanted to keep safe, didn't want to take a chance on becoming any weaker than what he was.
Yeah.
Removed his own canines from his mouth and had decided that he would replace them with forged ones because he is a forge master. That kind of came to a close when they decided to go back into the bathhouse to investigate, realizing that nothing was worked on since the deed had been transferred over. Nothing had been moved around, with the exception of the bodies that had spilled out into the street prior. And I think that was about it. Other than that, all the blood and wreckage was still there. Cort and Thelsa then heard skittering noises in the bathtub areas, where they found out that there had been quite a few vampires lingering in those curtains. Cort, almost being seduced by one of them, ended up keeping his composure for the most part, resisting any form of seduction, as well as Klaus, who was also being seduced by the former clerk of the bathhouse, the lady who had the scar on her face due to Malgrim, was also there, and I think it was like 5, maybe 6 children vampires skittering about. Battle ensued, and they had quickly become overrun. It wasn't
It was
until
like
that
12, right?
yeah, there was like 4 or 5 adults, and then like the rest were like children of some sort.
No, there were
No, they were.
Oh, they were all
children.
adults.
no, they were
No, they were
all
all
children.
children.
All of the
Oh, okay.
vampires
It
were
was
children.
it was 12 vampire children.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the jump on us.
Okay.
Fucked us up.
So it was just the clerk then who was the human.
Yeah,
the
female.
adult. The adult. Sorry.
The table smash lady.
Yeah. They're becoming overrun. At which point, Jugobras ended up saving them, helping them dispatch of most of the a good portion of the kids. But Thelsa was the key player in this because she used a ghost sound spell, and I
No, it was
believe made
before
it.
Google, bro. The ghost sound didn't affect them as much.
Mhm. But it was
had
good. It was a good portion of them.
Yeah, and then
Jugobras came in,
and
started
beat the
smashing about.
shit
Yeah,
out of
and
them.
caused most of them to scatter out of the.
and then fell in love with
about
Thelsa.
Yes, who had at the time decided to use an enlarge spell on herself, became infatuated with Thelsa, and
They
when
hugged quite passionately.
yes, during the end of the fight, they ended up realizing that there had been 3 bodies submerged in blood. The first one they pulled out was a dwarf who also had properties of that of a troll.
Okay.
The second one was another dwarf.
Technically, the first in this case was
the dwarf,
Yeah.
the previous owner of the bathhouse.
which you guys aren't aware that it's the
correct.
previous owner, correct?
I think Klaus was though.
Klaus wasn't. He actually was rushed out immediately.
That's right. They found out that it was, or we found out as players that it was the previous owner, one of the Stonehaven brothers. The second one, another dwarf, pulled out with the properties of a troll, which we believe to be Casandra.
Up to this point, you guys are speculating all the characters.
Correct. And the third one was a very. You said he was convulsing when he was pulled out.
Not quite convulsing. His body was under like a state of shock, or like it was twitching.
Okay. A twitching hobgoblin, who was pulled from the third tub.
Yeah, the vat
as
of
of
blood.
right now, all 3 of them were seen breathing, but for the most part unresponsive.
Yes.
When Klaus ended up getting bit, Cort ended up rushing Klaus over to the wee apothecary within the mead shop where
Right.
Sunn was at, to seek immediate treatment because he didn't want to risk any infection to him.
Correct.
Segmenting back to what portion of the town is it?
Actually, I want to, since you just gave that pretty much entire recap there, I want to pass this back to the other 3. I want to give them an opportunity to kind of tell what happened to Ulhime here. This is fairly important information. I want to see if they get all the details. Jakob went underutilized last session, so we will be beginning today with Jakob. That being said, what happened with Ulhime?
The short story, the TLDR version, is he came back to life as Ulhime dwarf form.
Okay.
It's kind of like a DBZ character. He has multiple ones, but he came back as Dwarfheim, and he has his gauntlet, which can change into the arm of the previous goblinoid-esque forms that he had taken. Correct? Granted, did he pull it out of the soul sand that was in front of him, right? Or when he woke up, he had the arm, right? As he ran through the tunnel and reached the end of the tunnel, he got to the light, and then might be a better way to describe that, but that was
Slightly, yeah. Thank you so much, Christy, for subbing. Looks like 6 people. Yeah, it looks like 6 people gifting 6 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, Christy. That's huge.
Jesus, Jiminy Crips.
She wants us to have that reroll tonight.
Yep, she just got your guys' first luck reroll, so that's
Yeah, she knows
stellar
we're gonna
feeling.
need it.
he had spoken to his god, and his god
Nadrama.
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 Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So now that he's given his immediate recount of events, Jakob. Jakob, you tell me.
I tell you what.
What happened to Jacob?
No,
Not Jacob,
what happened to
Ulhime.
Ulhime?
In the greater scheme of things, rather than my hurried over TLDR.
In the greater scheme of things, after having his neck broken, the angel Nadrama, thank you. I was pretty certain that I had it, but I just needed to go ahead and roll back there. Actually went ahead and took responsibility because she failed Ulhime. She failed to go ahead and protect him as promised. So she actually brought him back. And not only that, she brought him back in his natural dwarven form. She did go ahead and I want to say she gave him some kind of gift, but I cannot remember for the life of me.
What did
But
she give
after
him?
that,
Anybody?
What did she give him?
Yeah, a gift. What is he? What's he talking about? Spirit fingers. That's what apparently,
Yes.
according to
Yes.
Cort.
A brand new set of spirit fingers. I thought the gift was the arm.
no, she gave him he did get the arm restored, but there was an object, I think, that he was given, but I cannot remember it for the life of me.
The pendant of Helm or something?
Nope.
No.
Wasn't really much of a gift. It was.
I want to say it was something having to do with the crystals that were embedded in his arm being pulled out,
potentially, yeah.
but that was just kind of supposition.
Ulhime,
I
what'd
was
you
feeling
get?
at that point.
What was?
It was the special ore, kind of like a soul, like a ore made from like my soul, in a sense, that I would have to reforge into.
That's what it was. It wasn't soul sand. It was soul ore.
That's right.
Right.
She declared that this was basically the physical embodiment of your being. This is what is just beyond your meat bag, essentially.
Yeah.
What do you think that means in material form?
It's my soul.
This soul's very
gotta-
fragile. We can
I
break
gotta-
it with a pickaxe.
I guess the way I decide to mold it and craft it is going to determine how strong it I guess effectively is,
Sure.
or it'll represent my fortitude in a sense.
Well, I mean, I kind of view it as your gauntlet was the embodiment of Helm's will. This is going to be the embodiment of your will, and I can't help but feel like it's going to actually craft itself into something almost all on its own.
Mhm.
But again, supposition.
Theoretically, stating that this could potentially be your soul in material form.
Turn to a shield.
You have to find a smith, someone that you believe is capable enough.
Oh, shit, where do we find one of those guys?
I'm not just talking like any regular person here. You need to find someone that
Someone who's big,
one
someone who's
not
on
only you
fire.
would trust. No, just because he's a fire giant doesn't necessarily
Yeah,
make him
just-
your go-to guy.
Yeah.
I don't
thought
think
he was
he's
like
going to go ahead and roll up to a
Spencer.
fire giant and be like, "Hey, forge my soul."
I mean, I myself am a craftsman as a dwarf. So if I can't find anyone, I mean that comes down to me, and it's not that I don't trust anyone with it, but this might be a task that I have to undertake on my own to.
Your big burden to
I guess
randomly
figure
trust
out.
someone with your soul.
You also realize that a blacksmith is only as good as his equipment.
Correct.
So he's only as good as his forge. Where have you found a forge that is even capable of not immediately slagging this?
The only place I know hot enough to do it would be Occipitus, and that would be from that giant fucking flame that we saw.
Well, luckily
Bring
enough,
Google
we know
Ross
the
home.
landlord.
So I mean, if I'm looking for something to hot enough to forge something like this, then yeah, it would probably be there.
You could just use we use Occipitus to just house all of our stuff. Just use it as like a dump realm.
Outside of that, I mean, if I can find a place, if I know of one, I mean, I'll do knowledge check in game to figure that out. But as of right now, that's not precedent, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. But that's where we left off with Ulhime regaining his original form with the Winter Soldier metal arm that he got. And Nadrama sacrificing herself and essentially infusing her essence with his to bring him back to his original state, or in a new empowered state.
Now, you guys have seen this before.
As it were.
You've seen this previously. Where else have we seen this before?
Seen this phenomenon take place?
Yes.
That would be when we were in Celestia, when...
Nope.
Was this before I was here, or was I in this campaign?
Nadrama stated that she sees why this has happened and realizes her place. She knows what must be done. She completed a ritual which mocked her brothers. Who was her brother?
Marcus? Question mark?
The one who went ahead and created Klaus's staff.
Alakast.
Yeah.
Alakast isn't actually just an instrument.
It's an angel.
Alakast is the materialized embodiment of the soul of an Archon. So that could mean a lot of things, actually. That this is a precedent which is mostly unseen, but it came at a cost. And you believe that it means that Nadrama is no more. Or isn't no more. You're not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Still some things to figure out. But this is where we are. I'm going to step away for 1 minute. I'm going to grab a water. I'll be right back. You guys go ahead and get a water, run to the bathroom, take a quick bio, and when we come back, we'll unload onto this game. So we'll be back in just a second. I'm going to leave them up so they can keep talking to you, and vice versa.
You eating dry cereal straight out of the bag? What the fuck is wrong with you?
This is Red we're
I'm
talking
kind of
about.
lazy.
Yeah, this is Red we're talking about. He
Yeah,
has...
but it's not lazy, it's just weird.
I don't have milk.
Hey,
I
Christy,
ran out of it this
Rami,
morning.
remember, he's already warned me that he'll kick me from the game if I go ahead and, get him banned from Twitch. So don't go acting like it's going to be horrid.
All right,
Okay.
hold on. Let me. I asked this question to everyone in our group. So, chat, who's your favorite comedian?
Oh.
I'm wondering what you expected me to ask.
I thought it would be a cereal-related question.
Chat, who's your favorite cereal mascot? Is it Tony? Is it the captain? Is it Smacks the Frog? Let us know.
How dare you?
Let us know what?
Do you not like Smacks?
Even bringing him up as one of the mascots is kind of... That's not... That doesn't even consider itself cereal at this point. It's packing material.
What are you talking about?
See, they got
Oh,
Blueberry, they got
cereal
Lucky
mascot.
Leprechaun. They got Sam from Fruit Loops. He's a pretty good parrot. I can relate to that.
I have no idea what's going on.
Ronald, who's your favorite cereal mascot?
My favorite cereal mascot?
Are you more of like a Sunn from Raisin Bran, like 2 scoopfuls kind of guy?
No.
No. Do you prefer like the Cookie Crisp kind of wolf?
I don't know.
I feel
No,
like
no,
you've
no.
just broken Xander. He's kind of like, what kind of retard shit is this now?
Will, who's your favorite cereal mascot?
Are you farting in the bathtub, retard, right now?
No, I mean it's just a good General Mills sponsored question.
Favorite mascot?
I mean, I never took the time to say one was better than the other. I kind of just ate whatever cereal was in the house at the time.
I'm gonna go with Lucky the Leprechaun.
Count Chocula.
It's a good choice.
Respectable.
I mean, I guess my most frequently eaten cereal was Cocoa Puffs, so I guess that bird guy, maybe?
Oh yeah, the cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
Well, no, the question wasn't your favorite cereal. The question was more your favorite cereal
I mean,
mascot.
yeah, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's
yeah.
that's the only way I can correlate it.
If that's his only criteria for judging it, not bad. Maybe he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Here, let's get a better question. Everyone's favorite anime character of all time. Regardless of what anime it is.
Hold a second. I just saw something in the chat that needs to be addressed right now.
What? Did someone just say the bear from
The bear from Frosted Flakes?
Puddin'?
Excuse me?
Yeah, you know, this bear.
Yeah, that bear.
This bear.
The bear.
You can tell it's a bear by the way that it is. It's pretty neat.
You do know he's trolling you guys, right?
He's saying that in Europe it's not Tony the Tiger and it's a bear.
What? What?
That's some bootleg ass
Tony the
shit
Tiger,
right there.
The bear.
You had some Frosted Flakes, not Frosted Flakes. Let's
Yeah, Puddin's a she, bro. What are you talking about?
How would I know about this?
You hop in call and you don't fucking jet after sessions? I mean, there's that.
Sorry we have to wake up in the morning. Like real people.
I mean, I have to wake up in the morning like real peoples. Not fake.
Now, hold up. I'm actually Googling this.
I don't think Puddin has a picture on Google.
No. I'm
He's
looking for
Googling
the
the
bear.
European
I don't.
Frosted Flakes.
Oh, I was like, I don't know why you would
sparked a debate.
check for that.
Hi.
Yo.
What did I miss?
Right now, I'm trying to figure out if the Frosted Flakes mascot is a bear overseas.
Tony the
What?
Tiger. Yeah.
Holy
According-
shit! It is.
According to Puddin, yeah.
No,
So,
it
Bob,
is.
I started a very heated cereal.
I'm gonna need pictures of this. Because you fucking picked up a bag of cereal with no milk or anything to wash it down and just started pouring it into your fucking gullet. There's
It's
so
a
much
polar
sugar
bear.
dust in there.
I'm
How
pretty
is it
sure.
not choked yet?
I'm pretty sure there's a Saw movie where
Natural selection has
Jigsaw,
ignored you for so long.
where Jigsaw makes someone eat Captain Crunch like that, just dry. He's like, if you want to leave this room, then you must first put this bowl of Captain Crunch in your mouth. And they're like, yeah, that's no problem. He's like, there is no milk in the room. And they're like, what are you doing?
My question is, why would it be a polar bear overseas?
That ain't
Do
a
they
fucking
not know
polar
what
bear.
a tiger is?
That's a goddamn albino ferret. What the fuck? The fuck is going on over in Europe?
Puddin', what are you guys doing? It's like ever since the Treaty of Versailles, it's been downhill from there.
Telling you, man. Life was much better.
It does suspiciously have very thin
France was
arms and a long
occupied.
neck.
Those were the days.
Pretty dope, though.
You know, Tony the Frosted Flakes Tiger, the otter. That's fine. He's just
Damn.
a long
All right,
neck.
let's hop into it if you're ready.
Thank you for that, Puddin'. I am now educated.
Not my Frosted Bear.
I
Flakes.
learned something new today.
Be thinking about the fucking frosted ferret all night long.
I'm gonna have nightmares about that. It's gonna bother me.
I just imagine that meme of the.
I'm
the
going to
husband,
wake up at like 4 in the
thinking his
morning in a cold sweat. Why is it a polar bear? Have they never seen tigers?
The wife wondering, oh, I wonder what he's thinking about. Fucking Frosted Flakes, fucking goddamn fucking weasel.
The Frosted Flakes ferret.
Frosted Ferret sounds like something dirty.
Got your Alaska pipelines, got your Alabama hot pockets, and you got your frosted ferrets, man. They're all bundled. Don't Google any of those if you don't know what they are.
You
Leave
see,
it- leave
Bud,
it a
this
mystery.
is why when you leave, you should mute us.
He's here. What good would muting us do?
It's like you guys are a somewhat functioning go-kart. And then as soon as I step away, I pull off the governor, and instead of working better, you guys just spit and sputter nonsense. Like, ooh, it sounds horrible.
Don't say you guys like it's a collective thing. That's them.
No, I take full responsibility for this one. Yeah, maybe if you didn't fucking inhale cereal dust, that wouldn't be happening.
All right. So, Sniper, I've thought about this for a week.
Oh no!
I have.
You thought about me for a week?
I have. I've thought about this particular point in the story for a week now.
How fucked am I?
You know, you're only as fucked as you let yourself get.
He's on deciding to rewrite it. He's
Considering
like, I don't like
that
the
my
character.
first character in this game started fucked, that's not really promising.
Yeah,
Sniper,
but you
we're gonna
chose
do a little co-op DMing here, okay?
Shit.
Like I said, I've thought about this for a week now, and I've come to many different paths this could go, many different locations we could start your dialogue.
Oh, it's like the Choose Your Own Adventure book.
So I'm going to leave it in your wheelhouse. Sniper,
Did
You were
ever get
pulled
those
away.
cigarettes down?
you were left. Or you left Ulhime.
Right, I was crab-clawed.
He pulled you away. Where did he pull you away to? Describe the location that Nabthatorin has ushered you away to.
With the snap of his fingers and the crack of Ulhime's neck, Jakob's mind, of course, just goes completely blank as an orb of darkness surrounds Nabthatorin himself. And the next thing he can realize, the next thing he becomes cognizant of, is the steady drip of water from a height. The air itself is stagnant, rotten. There's a fetidness to it and a chill. Quite obviously, they are underground. Further, they're far enough underground where the summer heat of Cauldron no longer reaches or penetrates. At the very corners of hearing, you can hear the skittering of insect life. This isn't another plane. This is just another place. And as time goes on and his eyes start to adjust, Nabthatorin is carrying him into an underground chamber. Vaulted stalactite riddled ceilings, stalagmites rising from the ground, built over eons, some cracked, some chiseled. Ashen bones chewed over the year, chewed over by time, years, and the insect life of this place litter the ground. One cut bodily in half from head to hip. Another half crushed by an overlarge boulder. And above, on a platform, sits a gilded throne, just barely tarnished by time and damp.
What does this throne look like?
The throne was once gilded with gold, it seems. High-backed, winged and arched. Bat wings actually stretch off from the shoulders. But tarnish has taken root. What once was dark velvet has long since rotted into nothingness, into dust. On either side, chinked into the walls, are long dead torches. Though, if he were to concentrate, he would get the barest tint of fresh oil on them. This is someplace that Nav the Torn has been readying, has been using. This is his hideout, his secret place.
Is this a place that we've experienced previously in the past?
Theodorin's fucking cave.
Quite possible.
Fucking damn it.
Jakob wouldn't know.
But the sniper realized what this place is. You're
Oh, hell
explaining
yeah.
it. Is
Oh,
this-
yeah.
Is this direct?
I've given some hints, but I'm not going to go ahead and give it away.
Okay. Okay.
That fucking boulder.
So where does Nap the Torn reside at this point?
Currently, Nap the Torn is sitting in the ruined throne, just watching a half mentally broken Jakob as he's sat amongst the bones and detritus of the cavern floor, waiting for him to actually come around, studying him, pondering the fruit of his loins, so to speak, and with a growing sense of disappointment creasing over his eyes. But, disappointed or not, this is the son of Nap the Torrent. And Nap the Torrent isn't one to let idly sit a tool.
He has something sitting near to you. Some lecherous totem. It seems to beckon a small, yet audible tone. It vibrates and hymns in the air. Do you know what this totem does?
Absolutely not.
If you had to beg a guess at what it could do.
If I had to beg a guess as to what it would do, I would say it would probably awaken and pull the demonic tendencies of his bloodline out. Bring out more of Nap the Torrent's will, so to speak. Something made to bend and turn the mind.
Okay. It's a fair guess. He stands from his throne, and he begins to walk. He circles you like a shark in shallowed water. With every few steps, you hear the clack of one of his pincer-like hands, itching to throttle and separate head from the body, waist from torso. He's already shown that he can do it. Hell, he's exhibited the capability of not even needing to touch, to just think, to just will it to happen, and a person has turned inside out. The power of this individual is, well, it's regarded as unparalleled. This is a force to be reckoned with. Jakob, you're conscious. You see him circling, the shark that he is. With every breath, it lingers in the air like brine. Burns at your nose. Yet he doesn't say anything. What do you do, Jakob?
Well, for Jakob, there's not much he can do. He's still short a limb. He's still suffering the shock of seeing his best friend, his only real friend, who he had just made amends with, die for his sake. He's numb, mentally and emotionally. And while he is aware of Nathatorin circling, his attention is constantly drawn to the weird, almost physical more than oral hum of this device next to him. But as Nathatorin circles around over and over in the corner of his vision, the way he circles behind with the click of his rending claws, making the skin pucker and prickle between his shoulders. Finally, he just heaves an exhausted breath and looks towards this demon. Whatever you're going to do, just get it over with.
He pauses, sizing you up and down. Then he glances down.
Would it be easier if I assumed a human form? If I took on a visage? It's easier to swallow.
One, phrasing. But no, narrowing his eyes, Jacob will just look him over. What form you take has no bearing. Quite obviously, you are something greater than I. Nathatorin, your name is not unknown to me. Take whatever form you choose. It's not going to change what you're about to do. You've pulled me away. You've killed my best friend. If you've brought me down here to gloat, to wallow in your victory, have at it. You've won. But if you're going to kill me, just do so quickly.
As you're speaking, you see the smaller arms that rest beneath his hulking shoulders seem to kind of pull up, and they begin to committing to some kind of hand-like somatic motion. And as they do, you can see the suit that wraps up around his body begin to pull up just over, like a costume. And as the jaw distends and stretches over the top of the head, you can see the body begin to shrink down and to take a medium-sized form. There stands again a man. Eyes as red as hellfire. His hair long, tawdry black, thin, very stern jaw. He has a look about him. You feel almost as if you've seen this man before in the town. He looks remarkably like the previous guild captain, the captain of the guard, Tercion Skellerang. Yet, there are some things that are different about him. He continues to circle this time. Yet you notice immediately that it's far more than just a man. You've seen his true form. And where the light, what little light is actually there, seems to glimmer and glint and cast a shadow, you can see this figure. Magnanimous power. The claws snapping upward where there should be the figure of a man. He glances back down to you.
Any form? Any at all? Jacob. That's no way to talk to your father.
And there's something just about the way he says it. Despite that hint of mockery to it, there's that assuredness, that certainty of truth. And Jacob's usually hot blood just runs cold. And his shoulders curl in as he shifts aside slightly. This is one of those questions that's always taunted him in his past. His parentage, where he came from, his people. And to hear Nab the Torn claim him as son, this known entity, this force of evil, in some circles, the embodiment of evil itself. His heart seizes in his chest, and he just kind of cuts his eyes away.
Oh, what's wrong? You've been lips aflutter, and now you stopped. You've staunched the flow.
Diuretic by nature.
You just keep talking. How that boy, how that dwarf could stand to be around you so long. Unfathomable.
This coming from a creature who claims to be my father?
Oh. I'm a father to many, but none not as great as yourself. You're my prize child.
Prize enough for you to leave in the clutches of some evil wizard.
Well, you
It's
had
never-
to be cultured. You had to be tested. You made it out.
He draws his hands up.
Well done.
Don't try and claim this is something planned. Don't try and claim that every step I've taken was some orchestration of your own.
Oh. Oh no. No, I lack the desire for this construct. No, there are others. Behind
Others.
this orchestration. Yes. But I must admit, it's played quite well.
Till the dwarf entered the scene, you mean? All powerful as you are, there was no reason for you to go ahead and do what you did.
There are other forces at work here. There's more than even your eyes can see. Jakob, my son, this is your chance. Reclaim your birthright. Come, fight beside your father. You still doubt. Our blood is the same. Your blood is mine.
Despite the revulsion it puts in my guts to admit it, I hear the truth in your words. All that having been said, I still deny you. Just as I've denied my nature since the day I left that wizard.
As you say that, you blink in frustration, and when you do, the image changes before you. The wizard stands before you, still walking, with the same cane.
Who's to say that you stayed with the wizard? It could have been me all along.
there's an instant of shock in his face as the possibility registers that this creature could have been the bane of his existence as his youth, despite the teachings that he grew up with, the arcane learnings. But past that instant, he blinks away and
As you
cuts
blink,
his eyes aside again.
you blink and cut your eyes aside, and when the fury bellies up inside of you and you're prepared to spit venom, you look back and a woman stands in his place. Golden hair of amber, eyes set deep. It's your mother. She walks into you. She touches your face. My Jacob. You've fallen so far. Your father, he means well. Could you not trust him? She looks down. And when she looks back up to you, her eyes again are red. Hellfire once more.
Is this your plan, then? To keep taking these things from me? These parts of my past? Until finally I just give up and join you?
You, Jacob, are an instrument. You stop becoming a tool when you prove your worth. We know. We watch on. Don't you find it strange that you were able to walk that day into that place so bright? Makes my skin crawl. That dwarf, your friend,
Seems to pull his serpentine-like tongue over the teeth just behind the lips.
we used him to... It was advantageous. We saw him long before you were here. We know of the shield bearer. I walked this town long before the likes of you. Before the likes of him.
And at this point, his mind is scrambling to make sense of what Naphthatorn is trying to put before him.
Okay.
The possibility that his path was purposely crossed by with Ulhime. That his entry into Occipitus and later on into Celestia may have been designed to do exactly what has happened. That in some way, shape, or form, Naphthatorn forged the circumstances for him to become the Dawnbringer and bring about the end of Helm. But as that happens, he also remembers Naphthatorn taking on the shape of his mother, the wizard, his tutor, his guide in his early life, the most reviled creature. And he remembers him purposely snapping Ulhime's neck so as not to deal with him any further. And he closes his eyes to it all. You speak nothing but twisted lies with a serpentine tongue. I won't believe for an instant that anything was not my own will. I am no man's, no creature's, no demon devil's tool. And he's just shaking with his wrath, with this checked wrath, because he knows as much as he wants to lash out, as much as he wants to go ahead and set loose this arcane buildup in him, that it would be spitting in the wind. Pointless.
You still haven't come to terms, have you? It's still not quite set in.
And what's there to say? That apparently my father is Nabthatorin, one of the most reviled creatures.
Oh, no, none more vile than the Dawnbringer. Your tale sings loudly in my dining hall. Demodans, demons, devils alike. Boy, you're a king among men. Among monsters. Must say, quite proud. Quite proud indeed.
Your pride turns my stomach.
Your unbridled loyalty stirs in my loins. You have not even realized your full potential yet. And now that I've dealt with that half-hearted shield bearer, you'll come to see full well your divinity. Destiny, Jakob. Ugh. What a horrible name. A construct of your mother's to defeat your true form. Nay, from this point forward you'll be known as Dawnbringer. You brought forth the end of Celestia, and arise in the time of our people.
Whatever designs you may have had with me as your instrument, I'll defy them. I will spit in your plans. I will curdle your ambitions. You have taken the most honorable man I have ever known, the only person to look at me as more than some red-skinned evil creature. I hate you, Nabthatorin.
You accepted the baited hook the moment your paths crossed. It was written in stone, Dawnbringer. The moment that you ascended to Celestia and brought forth its end was the moment my will was completed. I am none the prouder, for none of my seed had ever accomplished this before. But now that the shield bearer is dealt with, I will no longer feel the fear of treading in the path of Helm. For he was the only god that could prevent my rise to power. So yes, Dawnbringer. You actually are the cause of the fall of Celestia. And I'm so proud of you, boy. Come, let me help you. Let me give you a gift.
What could you possibly give me that's not tainted?
He draws from his side what looks to be a small pouch, and when he does, he opens his pouch and reveals a small gem.
Just another instrument. A tool. Someone that I've had under my thumb for a very, very long time.
He pulls out a gem. He fiddles with it between his fingers several times, turning it end over end. And then he places his thumb just at the tip, and you can see what looks like a blade just pierce the tip of his thumb. And he draws it across this gem, splitting it like a fortune cookie. A whirlwind of air, tumultuous and tyrant around, this immediately begins to form some kind of ghost-like shape. The dust and debris begin to settle, and a man sits there, cowering. Robes tattered, some burned. He looks on. A man, Jacob, you've never seen before.
Hello. Where am I?
And what kind of trickery is this?
No trickery. None. You wish for a gift, and I come bearing something you lack.
The man sits. He sees you.
Can you help me? I've been trapped for so long.
He moves up to you on his hands and knees.
My name is Rufus, and I work for the Church of St. Cuthbert. I've gone missing. Please, tell Jenny Eureka's if you can make it out of here alive. Tell her that I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Jacob's face twists up in half revulsion, half concern. Part of him is definitely thinking this has to be another trick of Nathatoran. This has to be another charm trick, another twist of the eye. And Jacob would, of course, want to go ahead and try and subtly detect magic to see if this is some kind of illusion over some other creature.
Sure, Jacob. When you look on, and you try to determine if this is some kind of facade, if this is some kind of false image, you attempt to cast Detect Magic, and when you do, that small lecherous totem begins to hiss and scream in a high-pitched shrill. And as it does so, it starts to wave its hands more intensely so, and it draws forth that energy from you. It pulls the magic from your person.
So the spell doesn't go off, it instead just pulls that arcane power from Jacob to the totem itself?
It does. It prevents you from casting a spell. It stops. It siphons your magic.
And I'm assuming, of course, the scream does die down after it's taken the energy itself.
Nothing happens. It does seem to kind of wind down after 6 or so seconds. The man still continues to look at you.
Closing his eyes, he takes a moment just to go ahead and process before finally he cuts a disgusted look to Nephthatorin. You're offering me one of your prisoners, aren't you? You're offering to go ahead and let this one go free if I do as you say, as long as I play along, if I play ball. Is that it?
I offer you no prisoner. No, that's cumbersome. This is no pet. No.
He leans down, starts walking your direction, creeping like a Tyrannosaurus, knowing the magnitude of his power. He grabs Rufus by the back of the robe, and as he does so, pulls his right hand up, takes the head,
No!
and snaps immediately. Rufus falls. His head immediately slumps. He leans down and begins pulling up the robes, very uncharacteristic of someone of his power. And that same thumb that perforated the stone, he draws a line on the leg. Right at about the thigh to hip area. As he does this, there's a popping noise as he pulls the leg away from Rufus's body. Blood begins to pump. The heart still has not finished. He grabs the leg and moves up next to you. He looks you in the eyes.
A gift from a father to his son.
He sidles the leg up to yours. And you can feel this intense heat. This wave of burning ripples over your hip, goes up your body. Give me a fortitude, please.
Oh.
Congrats on the Bane and Boom puppet.
My phone literally just notified me that Shackled City went live.
Hey, we're live, guys. Make sure to tell your friends.
I'm not even kidding. It's
there we go.
literally the Twitch notification saying that you just went live. I was like, okay.
Okay.
16.
Even or odd in your favor, Jacob?
Well, it's Jacob, so it's always odd.
Okay. It's odd. You succeed. Give me a perception check.
$26.
Jacob, as you manage to bite down on your lip, you manage to slowly irk your head forward through this unfathomable pain. And you realize that at his hip, there are several more small bags. Roughly the same size, roughly the same color. A similar weight density in each of them. They hang. Your guess is a single gem in each bag. And if there's any indicator to what it could be, prisoners of Nephthatorin.
Yeah, I think that... Oh, God. This is going to be stupid.
Man, I was just trying to miss
Amidst the pain and everything, I think Jacob is going to try... he realizes that that gem was a prison for this Rufus character, whoever he was. And in the back of his mind, the tenets of Ulhime, of Helm, to protect, to defend, start pumping away and he has this stupid idea that he wants to try and pickpocket nab the Thorin.
Sure.
He wants to go ahead and try and get as many of these bags off as possible while
Yikes. Okay.
while he like crashes his body into this this man and grip onto his shirt, growling, "What do you think you're doing?" as his leg is being grafted on. Hoping for a little distraction there.
You tell me what you would like to roll here to help you. What do you want? What do you want to try to do?
Well, I mean, as far as like trying to pick these gems off his belt, that's just, that's going to be sleight of hand.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that maybe he can get some kind of performance or deception roll, bluff or something, to try and get enough of his attention distracted away to improve that. Because
tell me what you'd like to roll, and we'll see if we can make it happen. Do you want to bluff? Do you want to go into like a roll with him? What?
Shit.
You notice, like you know right away that his attention is completely on you. However, he's supernaturally aware. He's not your common man.
Not at all. And this is an incredibly stupid idea. No, I think just going with sleight of hand is the best that he can do.
Okay.
All right. Oh, Christy, I might need that reroll. I'm definitely gonna need that reroll.
Oh!
Yeah, so there's the crit failure for the night, guys.
You have one luck reroll.
Yeah, we're gonna burn that one right now. Ulhime, don't fail me now. 24.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a perception. I need to see what his perception is.
Plus D20 plus 24. All right, let's see if he sees it.
Roll low.
You gotta remember at the same time that his focus is elsewhere. So let's see. Maybe he sees it. Maybe he doesn't. I've got to see what the book tells me. He's gonna have a high perception, though.
Of course he is. Because God forbid something be easy. Watch his perception be like 50. He sees all, knows all. This is, after all, a eidetic figure.
Oh,
Watch
snap.
number 1 though, because he is your father after all. You had to get it from somewhere.
Oh, snap. Look at this.
Whoa!
Heaven just came in with 10 subs. That's 2 luck rerolls. Thank you so much, Heaven.
God, you guys have no faith in me whatsoever, do you, chat?
Wow, coming in hot.
Man, they're just stocking me up. They're like, man, sniper's rolling. Dish him out, dish him out, dish him out.
We have faith in you, but at the same time...
We have... You'll need them.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you were just gifted a sub, go ahead and thank Heaven's Wrath.
Make sure to stick around and watch Sniper roll another one in about 10 minutes.
No, I do thank you guys. Believe me, MVG, from the bottom, I love getting subs, and I love having those rerolls, because God knows I need them bad.
Right. I just looked up his perception.
How
Plus
redundant
24,
is
isn't it?
this?
And this is a pre-modified perception based off of a Pathfinder race. I'm going to take 10 away because his focus is on the grafting, the supernatural grafting of this human leg to your tiefling body. Now,
Are you even more human?
can you fail? You can still fail. Yes. Can you succeed? The answer is also yes.
Does it make Jacob a fourth of a human?
But how likely is that success? 5%. I can roll a 1.
Here we go. Cross your fingers.
Oh!
Inspiration?
No, there's no way to go ahead and do inspiration on that.
You still technically can.
Yeah.
You can desperation. Desperation is it's you look at it like it's an in-game.
Same
it's
round.
like it's a minor. It's a minor engagement.
So I could roll a d6 and hopefully pull that down.
That's
Yeah.
if you roll a 5 or a 6. How lucky do you feel?
I don't know. After all, you ask Will. I don't do well at this, but no.
Bear in mind, you also have 2 luck rerolls. You can luck reroll that 6.
I mean, he beat the roll, didn't he?
No.
29 now?
24
No, that
and 3
gives him
does not make
25.
29.
27.
27.
Oh, sorry, that's 24. I'm looking at the perception check.
Yeah, 27, so he's 1 short.
Yeah, I'll re-roll it.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Sniper.
Second luck reroll.
Come on,
Incoming
Sniper.
1.
Oh, even or odd.
That's even or odd.
No. Hear me out. You could reroll again and hope for a 5 or
but-
6.
Can he re-roll
No,
the even or odd?
he can, in fact, because it's his even or odd. This
Yeah,
is his
so-
challenge. I can roll, and you can guess, and then if you fail, you can guess
re-roll.
again. It can force a reroll.
Alright, Sniper, this is the big bucks.
Man, Bub is just like we're gonna go ahead and lose all these rerolls.
Just yours.
We've been training with all these dice odds for so long. I feel like BubFest 2020 is just gonna be in Vegas.
Bubfest is gonna be in Vegas, and Sniper's not gonna set anywhere near that.
All right.
We're playing
I'm
the
gonna
penny
roll up in the
slots.
casino, and Bub's gonna be like, "Get to the other table. Get to the other table."
Sniper, even or odd in your favor.
Do I want to roll another
So
D6,
far, you're
or do I want to go 50-50? I'm going to go with the 50-50
okay. All right.
because it's just better percentile, and we're going to go odd again.
All right. So right now you're 1-0 for even or odds. Here we go.
Fuck!
Do you waste it?
Do you use the reroll? It's a 50-50.
Are you gonna change your call?
Yeah, we're going to do the reroll.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
And remember, if at some point if 5 more gift subs come through, then it'll bring up a 4th luck reroll.
Yeah, and we're going to go for odd again.
Okay. So you're 1-1. Here we go.
Oh shit.
Don't kill me now.
Oh my god!
Ah!
Sniper, how?
You always pick the other one.
Heaven just came in with 5 more.
Alright. We'll see, now if he changes to odd, now if he changes to even, it's gonna
So
be odd.
statistically, you should be rolling odd if you force this
should.
reroll.
The chance of it rolling the heads, or well, in this case, even for the 3rd time in a row, significantly outweighs the chance of getting the odds. So, yeah,
Because odds are still the same.
All right.
Yeah, cool.
So we've got another luck reroll, right?
Yeah, the odds, while the odds remain the same,
Odd.
statistically of us rolling an odd at this point should be higher, I believe. Somewhere.
Well,
someone's got
no,
an
it's
argument
still
for it.
50-50. It's always going
Someone's
to be 50-50.
got an argument for it.
But yeah, let's
So-
go. 3rd time's the charm, guys! Come on! Roll them oddballs!
If I roll a 6 again, you know how fitting it's gonna be? Holy fucking shit.
It's gonna be worse than rolling those ones.
That's when we call. If you
I don't
roll
even
6,
have-
we call the session.
I don't
we're
even
done
have
here.
Roll20 up on the screen right now, so just tell me it's good.
Oh god.
That's all I ask. Tell me it's odd.
Okay.
It's odd. I mean, it's been odd for the past 15, 20 seconds now, and no one said anything.
Yeah, because they like seeing snipers sweat. Oh,
yeah, I was
God.
letting Sniper finish his monologue, and then I checked.
All right, so in other words, I have successfully pickpocketed Nab the Tauren, General of Hell.
You managed to successfully grab 1 of 4 pouches from his hip. If you would have bested that roll by 5 or greater, I would have given you a second. 5 more, a third. And 5 more, all of them.
Oof.
And it's too bad I couldn't just make you re-roll yours, damn it.
That's the new rule. That's the new,
Fucking
that's the
A!
new bane.
You don't want me to reroll mine. Okay, it's...
You re-roll, he gets a nat 20.
Yeah.
That's probably what's gonna happen for you.
Yeah, probably. Not only that, if he nat 20'd, I'd have been just like jiggling his balls in my hand. I miss you, Daddy.
Oh
It's
my
the
god.
story- It's the story of
Okay,
nat 20 when
okay.
you go to
Regardless,
pickpocket and you-
regardless,
Jacob,
Jacob has potentially
I need
freed
you-
an innocent.
I need you to decide. This is the real challenge here. You need to decide which bag. Because this determines whom you free. Whom you potentially return to be an ally,
Oh god.
or whom you return to being a civilian. And-
Well, let's be quite honest. There's 4 pouches to choose from, right?
yes.
The second pouch.
You're 100% certain of that. That's the one you want to go with.
Me choosing at random is the same thing. I am not trusting my judgment. I am blaming this all on the dice. If
Okay.
I end up pulling some evil eldritch dragon out. You laugh because that's an option, isn't it?
No. I didn't say anything.
He's
Jacob.
laughing because you pulled the honey badger. Watch.
Jacob, you grab the second bag.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of hide it on my person. I figure if he's putting a leg on me, he's not gonna kill me immediately.
You got it.
Yeah, it only cost 3 re-rolls and
4. It cost
4
4
re-rolls. Yes, we just brute forced this.
Yeah. You mean $75? Oh man.
Well, if you need to go ahead and put a financial modifier on it, Heaven, yeah.
Yeah.
You just paid $75 to keep me from failing even harder. I thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Ah.
Thanks for the $37, man. I'm happy. I'm happy to have it.
Okay, but yeah, hiding this on his person, he's going to just continue to grit his teeth and, just half cry, half scream through the fusing of this foreign limb.
And foreign it does. He did you no additional favors in this regard. It's odd because, well, you can walk and run again, but they're different sized legs.
Of course.
So, I'm going to cut your speed down by 5. So instead of having 30, you move it 25. And you're going to have one wicked-ass gangster limp.
I got that pimp roll down pat. Just
Jesus.
I
my
would
God.
have been perfectly fine with some kind of magical prosthesis or something like that, but no. We decided to go ahead and kill one of the beloved historical characters and just smack a leg on him.
The idea of Jacob having a gangster lean makes me very happy, by the way.
The thing
This
is,
is
it's
a
not going to be a
prospect that I'm-
gangster lean. It's going to be like a Ministry of Silly Walks thing, where you just really like high knees it on his one leg, and then the other one just kind of walks normally. So he's
Honestly, Karami, I would have so preferred that. I play a mobile character that is no longer as mobile. But, hey, he's got both legs now. Why
You got a leg now, you're more mobile than you were.
not?
Glass half full kind of thing.
Yeah, guys, we move with the active count of what stream started with. So we started with 270, right? I think it was 270 is what we had. So then 93 is gonna put us at we just hit 5. So we've had 25 gift subs, and then 26 gift subs. I can't remember exactly how many it is, but there's at least 5.
What happened to the Bane and Boon counter? Why is it at 100?
Because it popped.
Because they popped it. I don't really know how to fix it right now, but I'll have a better idea of how to fix it after stream when I talk with Faye. I just can't do anything about it right now. I'm sorry if you guys were expecting me to solve it right this moment. Unfortunately,
I didn't.
I cannot.
Didn't know if it was an interface thing or not. I was just trying to make sure.
True. As Nick has stated, for right now, guys, during the months of September, if you will, September, between the 10th and the 30th, you can renew your gifted subs for only $1. So if you've been gifted a sub and you've got access to $1, then by now you guys can actually choose whether or not you'd like to renew. Happy to have it, of course. Also, for what it's worth, you guys broke the Bane and the Boon. We hit 1 million. When I figure out what's happening with Faye, it'll split rep. The next time, I'll make sure that I split 14,000 rep to each person available next Wednesday when we play again. So be here, or you could miss out. I mean, it's a pretty large amount. You don't want to miss.
14 grand's pretty nice.
I'm definitely going to be here for that.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, I might be here. I think I have something to do.
And then
I need to be here for that.
You guys get to decide what the Bane and Boon is for all of my tabletop games. Yeah. So, Christy, if you could make a, oh, man, what do we say? Like, you guys just start kicking out some ideas. Start messaging them in the Discord, in the tavern. Go to the tavern, all the way at the bottom of the Discord, and tell people about what you think the Bane and the Boon could be.
A magical arcane prosthetic leg?
You would be so lucky.
Dude, I would kill for that right now. Especially if it had, like, haste as a spell.
Yeah.
Spell.
We want.
I would kill for that.
We want a straw poll, Bane and Boon. Go for it and get the straw poll up for the Bane and Boon. And
since we're
go ahead.
Out of that super serious talk, Rufus is fucking dead, yo.
I tried stopping him.
Anyone else?
I was hoping that he was just gonna, leverage an innocent bystander against doing the right thing.
But then also think about it: if he was alive, and if he came back to Shackled City, the church is burnt down, and Jenya is half of a chicken tender right now.
Oh, so, Karami, don't tell me that. No, don't tell me that. I won, but I failed at the same time.
It's too good. It's too freaking good.
Now watch this creature. Watch this gem that I've managed to get is the tentacle creature from under Cauldron or something. At least I did something good. Fuck!
I'm telling you, I'm waiting for the dire honey badger.
Yeah, guys, take that straw poll right there and go vote. Vote Bane or Boon. Christy, if you would be so kind as to place this in the Discord as well. You can actually post that in updates, or not updates, but in the announcements channel. Tag everyone. That would be huge. Thank you so much. Okay. Now that he's finished, he backs away. And you just hear a...
Ta-da! There it is. Look at it. That is a thing of a marvel. You can walk again.
And of course, in meta, it's like, you've got wish, you dick. You could have just regrown my own leg, my old leg. But no, Jakob is heaving for breath. Having long since buried his fingers into the dirt and grit of the floor to try and keep himself from screaming in wretched horror at it. And he looks to Nabthatorin. at the cost of an innocent man's life.
Innocent? You presume that he was innocent?
I don't think he volunteered to have his leg ripped off. I don't think he volunteered for you to go ahead and kill him like a dog.
He made a deal with the devil.
Stay a while and listen.
Devil's bargain. And he didn't need the leg when I took his life. See, I too play fair. I play by my own rules. They're the ones I write. Now, stand. Rise, boy.
Despite how much it revulses him, you know, as repulsive as the act is, there is a little hope burning in him that this does work. There is a jolt of kind of queer, twisted gladness for it. Though the instant that he realizes what it is and recognizes it for what it is, he's kind of sickened with himself, just dropping his eyes as he holds onto a stalactite and pulls himself up, testing the leg.
It's functional. You look down, and while it's a stark contrast to the other leg, you can freely wiggle the toes, shake at the knee. You've got full motor control of it.
And as much as it shames him, he is, despite the revulsion of it, happy about this fact. Where he thought his days of adventuring and travel were over, this is a reprieve, a second chance. And he hates that he has Nap the Torn of all people to go ahead and thank for it. But through caged teeth, he grits out, "Fine. I can walk. Now what?"
Now you tell me, what's next? What's the play? Do we watch as the Demodans descend? They arise from the grave, clutching at the living.
Demodans. Would Jacob know about that, or would that be a planes knowledge check?
Give me. Do you have knowledge planes?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Arcana, Engineering, and Planes.
Go for it. Tell me what you get.
24. Man, just rolling middle of the road tonight.
Man, Demodand is it's an old word. It's almost forgotten by outsider terms. There were a series of individuals that fought in the past. They were known as Thanatotic. They were Titans. And essentially, they sculpted paragons of might, charred and melted, oozing into twisted shapes. These figures basically clung tenaciously onto the spark of life that was imparted from these titans. These were called Demodans. They were a hideous race of creatures imbued with insane, cruel powers, misshapen and foul. Behold. They were nasty. These are real nasty guys. They were demon... Many of them became demon lords, in fact. Why he would be bringing this up, you're not sure. At least, On the surface, Sniper is not sure.
No, Sniper is not sure. Sniper's as clueless as Jacob, but he's retaining information as best he can. So, Demadans, okay. Oh, God, and immediately I'm thinking of the Dimmadome. Sorry. Stand by you? No. No, prideful creature that you are, I'm going to let you watch this alone. Because with your eyes high in your pride, sure in your victory, you're going to be more likely to stumble on the pebble you don't see. I'm going to defy you. Gift though this leg may be, I'm going to use it to go ahead and stop you. And if I can, end you.
Oh. What's wrong, Jake? Don't bring us sad that Daddy missed a few birthdays.
It's a human concept you would never understand.
It's weak, fickle, shallow. I, Nub the Tauren, am timeless. You can be as well.
And there's a solid serious pang of interest there. Timelessness, strength, power. Before Ulhime, he'd have probably gladly taken this offer. Only because it was, it served himself. And there is that urge. And in the back of his mind, a thought occurs, and he just twists his grip on the stalagmite. What do you mean by timeless?
I'll let you sleep on it. I can see that it writhes in the back of your maw. You've not decided where your loyalties lie yet. Maybe you do care for these pink-bellied pigs. These cattle. But you may just come around yet. Consider and call on me. Call on, Father.
He stands, pushing off of his knee, brushes himself back off, and with that same hand comes up, you see him getting ready to snap. Is there anything that you wanted to say before he does?
He is going to hang his head and kind of look at the leg again. And with bile on his tongue. Thank you.
He smiles.
Have a good swim.
And he snaps. Jacob, you feel wind hitting your back. You feel yourself
This is familiar.
falling. As your legs kick outward, you roll over to the side and you see that you're falling to the inner bowl of Cauldron.
Oh, shit.
You're about 100 feet up.
Did you not like it the first time?
I'm looking at my sheet to see if I prepared that twice or not.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and cast Fly.
Okay.
It's like, you know, he feels the wind, kind of rolls over, sees the cauldron coming up. Shit!
Jesus, he went full Kakashi there for a second. Holy shit.
You know, just working through those hands motions. You know, arcane twisted words and infernal just ripping from his mouth, whipping by in the wind.
Jacob, give me perception.
Okay. 24. 24 is apparently my number tonight.
It is.
You realize that is 1, 2, 3. 3 rolls now in a row that involved a D20 coming up 24. God, man. I tell you what, if it's not bad luck, it's just consistent luck.
At least you're not failing.
Yeah. Could be a 14.
Jacob, from your point of view, you can see all of Cauldron. The 50-foot black walls which circle this bowl, the caldera. You've never really taken this point of view before. I just kind of hover and spot.
Yeah, it's not often I'm 100 feet in the air.
It's not.
Feels a little unnatural.
You look down, see the few people that are still moving about the streets. Still enough daylight at this point that you can get definition from each of the homes, each of the businesses. You spot your allies. It seems as if Cort, running through the street, holding on to, I don't know, you tell me, what are you doing, Cort? Are you carrying Klaus, or is Klaus alive and you're just dragging him behind you? What does this look like?
Well, so what it originally was planned for, because we just kind of glossed over it, is I wanted to leave by myself. But since I had left with Klaus, just rolling with it, do you think you would have passed out from the giant sword gash in your chest? Would that would you be asleep? Suffice to say, or like, would you walk with the giant gash in your chest?
I wouldn't walk. I'd make you carry my ass.
So it would straight up it would straight up be fireman. Well, I guess not even fireman carrying, because that would
be incredibly painful.
Here, just flop you right on over. You're fine.
You're fucking princess carrying me. One arm under the knees, one arm across the shoulders.
I'm running with him through the streets like this.
He's bodyguard carrying Klaus through the roads. In slow-mo.
Yeah, I'm holding him, arms outstretched, and I'm Cort's fucking running. Full, like, you'd probably see that he has wounds as well, depending on how, like, close you're looking. I don't know how much you can gather from, the sky. But yeah, he would be fucking booking off with Klaus in tow.
Jacob, as you witness this, you notice something in your vision. Something that probably would have been easily overlooked. The water in the volcano itself seems not necessarily strange, but from your field of view, you can tell immediately that, well, the water's blue, for instance, but in the pits of its center is this darkness. It's this pitch. Is it the depth of the bowl itself? Is it devoid of land there? Nobody's ever really dove down to see what it's actually like. But what you can see, there is something that half circles the bowl. It's probably about 40, I would say 40 or 50 feet long. And it seems to be about the thickness of a man or a woman if they were to outstretch their hands above them.
It's already...
Oh, okay, so roughly 10 feet wide, 40 feet long, like a giant serpent or leech.
Potentially, yeah. But it's
Honestly,
laying.
guys,
It's laying in the same spot. It's not moving. Now, dormant it may be, but you're not seeing anything like you're not seeing any bubbles or anything like that come to surface. There is no movement. You can see that there is like an obvious amount of silt or debris over the top of it, but it sticks out. It's like it's so large it casts a shadow. To the untrained eye, if this were a beach, you would think it was a sandbar.
Well, actually, no, I can't go ahead and... Yeah, I was going to try and do Detect Magic again, but that's way outside of range. And I don't think it actually just gives me magical sight beyond sight. But no, taking note of it, and further seeing that Klaus is apparently incapacitated, enough so that he has to go ahead and let a whelp carry him through the streets. He's just going to kind of mentally footnote that, along with everything else that we've managed to go ahead and mentally footnote in the past, just add it to, just the fuck you pile. And
this is
he's
for
going
another
to-
day pile.
No, this is for me to promptly forget fuck it file.
The repressed file.
Ulhime,
Yo,
where are you? What are you doing?
I was still in some thin membrane, knocking against glass, so I would still be in the same spot. if
You
I'm
were not.
mistaken.
It didn't end there. You stood up. Remember, you had full control of your arm. You reached out to grab onto the metal, and your arm extended.
Oh, so that happened outside of that dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Actually,
I mean, if I was...
that actually that begs the question. What, Jacob? Would you look back for Ulhime?
No, he would actually go to... Yeah, no, he would actually go to Klaus and Cort first, because he has to go ahead and get the living, and he'd probably try and, after meeting them, he'd probably go ahead and do something about getting Ulhime's body.
Okay.
But apparently some kind of fuck up happened, and he needs to go ahead and see if he can help. So that's what he would be doing.
All right, guys. We're gonna take a small 3-minute break, a bio break, so I can run off to the bathroom. I imagine some of you other guys will as well. I'm gonna get yet another bottle of water as well. And when we return, that's when everybody's gonna be in the flow of roleplay. So, don't go anywhere. Enjoy the sweet sounds of the Frostpunk OST, which is "This City Must Be Saved," and we'll return in just a moment, lads. See you guys in...
Are we
God damn it.
entertaining them?
I did it again.
Carrying crown.
There it
we'll
is.
Be right back.
Yeah, beer me and stuff. See you guys in just a
Can
moment.
they,
No, they cannot hear you. They can hear me. Not anymore.